everybody, welcome back to my movie review series. Today we'll be discussing 8 Mile. Just finished watching it. Another free one currently hosted on Tubi. You know how we do it. I will give you my overall impressions and grade. If you have not seen the movie and would like to, based or not based on my recommendation after the overall impressions, once I give the grade, there will be spoiler alerts. We'll be discussing the plot synopsis and character development, any similar movies or major themes. So 8 Mile, obviously well-known movie, released in 2002, rated R. It's a drama musical with a runtime of 1 hour and 50 minutes, detailing the beginning of Eminem's career. So it says, the people of Detroit know 8 Mile as the city limit, a border, a boundary. It is also a psychological dividing line that separates Jimmy Smith Jr., played by Eminem himself, from where and who he wants to be. A provocative fictional examination of a critical week in Jimmy's life. Release date in November 8th in 2002. Box office did $242 million, and the budget was $41. So looks like pretty good returns on that one. It says compelling, biting, and raw. 87% liked it on Google, 75% liked it on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.2. We'll round that down to 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So what did I think? I enjoyed it. I've seen this many times. And kind of detailing the earlier times of Eminem's career. And again, it's only the whole movie spans a week of his life. But overall, again, some screaming in there. The ending rap battle's iconic, an epic scene, cinematography history. But overall, again, historical backing typically bumps it up a little bit. But I'm gonna keep this one at B+. Found it thoroughly entertaining. Definitely like it. Definitely recommend it. But I thought I'd like to see more like the come up. Like maybe the first 30 minutes would have been about the battle rapping or the very slums of his life to actually starting to get some traction. So you don't really see like an actual come up of Eminem's life. And so as a fan myself, I thought it would have been a stronger script if you covered a different section of his life, or just not so much just the 1 week as opposed to the actual budding of his career. So overall, definitely entertaining. If the script would have been a little broader in terms of the time frame of what it covered, it would have been in the A range. But I definitely find it entertaining, recommend it, and if you've not seen it, I'd recommend you see this one. So if you've not seen it and like to, you want to shut off the video, there will be spoiler alerts. So the movie opens up, you have Eminem, he's kind of in a rap battle environment, he's in the bathroom, he's trying to get back into the main center, the main area, there's a bouncer, and he's not letting Eminem in, even though he was just, right there. They call him B-Rabbit throughout the movie. But regardless, he knows one of his good friends from childhood or from wherever. You don't get much background, but Future, not the rapper Future, just a character in the movie. He's called Future. But he has to help him back in to get on stage to do his rap battle. And so he gets up there and he's battling Papa Doc, and he gets the microphone and he freezes up and chokes. So he gets booed off stage and he just froze up and couldn't rap. So he lives at home with his mom in a trailer park, Stephanie Smith and Lily Smith. Again, their main crew is B-Rabbit, Cheddar Bob, Future, where's the other guy? Soul George, and Wink is kind of in between. So at the beginning, they have a good relationship with this guy named Wink, who's kind of this promoter, or this dude that helps put things together, have some connections. And they're all trying to come up, they're in a very lower income part of Detroit. And so the next kind of scene is Eminem is rapping. His mom, Stephanie Smith, gives him a car for his birthday. It's a real beater, so it's not really running well. He's working on the engine, does a little rap battle, or kind of freestyles with Future about being broke. They kind of freestyle over Sweet Home Alabama. Stephanie, his mom, is dating a guy named Greg, who's a couple of years older than them in their school. So it's kind of that's the relationship. Is they're kind of in the freestyle, they're just kind of making fun of some dude that's barely older than them banging his mom. And so he walks in on them having sex one time, but then he works at this car factory, and so like a car manufacturer, in Detroit. And so he goes to work, he's trying to get some extra shifts, he's late to work because his car won't start, and the manager, I think he called him Mac or something, but the manager of the warehouse, a minor character, isn't too happy that he is late for work, so he's not going to give him the extra shifts. And so they're way behind on rent, They live in a trailer. They might get evicted. They get an eviction notice. Stephanie wants to keep that away from Greg. Greg is supposed to be waiting on some big settlement check for a car accident. And that's kind of what's going on. So Eminem, before the movie is opened up, he's broken up with his girlfriend Janine. She comes to the car factory once, a minor character. But he's done with her. And then after the next night, he's kind of rolling around with his friends. They have a paintball gun. They shoot up, just like paintball some things. The car dies. Eminem shoots a police car with the paintballs. And so the car dies, and they just kind of barely roll into an alleyway, and the police car goes by, and so they're all laughing, having fun. There is another character in their crew who's always like worried about social issues and stuff, but I can't pick it out again. The movie's over 20 years old, hard to match the characters to the actors. But regardless, they have another thing where they roll up to just a rap battle that's happening. Just kind of in the street, and they go up to there, they freestyle a little bit. You have Papa Doc and their crew's kind of called the Free World is what they call themselves, I guess. And so they pull up, they get in a fight. Eminem kind of pulls him off the car. A dude pulls out a gun, and then kind of disperses the crowd. And so they roll out of there. And so they're back hanging out. Eminem, I forget if he's at a show or if he's at a club or something. Yeah, I think they're just at a club, and they see, is it Alex? Who's the girl that the main girl that he dates? Alex is the girl, the blonde chick, the main blonde chick, and her friends. They want to go to an after party after this club kind of thing, and they go back and they're hanging out, and they're kind of like the socially aware character in their friend groups talking about how, there's this girl that got raped, and she wouldn't have been able to be raped if there was no abandoned buildings. So they go to the building or the house that that she was raped in, and they burn it down. And so they're standing there, a bunch of people out there, cheering on a fire. Once the police and firefighters start coming, they all run away. But Eminem and Alex kind of have like this, budding relationship where Alex thinks Eminem's going to be great. And so that's kind of going on. Again, I'm going to miss some scenes, I'm sure. But, Eminem's kind of depleted or, demoralized from choking at the thing and doesn't want to sign up for another battle that's happening in a week. And Future kind of hosts these battles at I forget what they call it, but there's their battle rap spot. But he is the host, and he wants to sign up Eminem. Eminem doesn't want to do it anymore. You have some more scenes where him and his mom, Stephanie tries to talk to him about her sex life. He's not having it. Some screaming scenes, which again I don't like, but it's probably gritty, probably pretty real. But regardless, Greg kind of gets handsy with the mom or talks him a little bit bad, and Eminem beats him up a little bit or gets into a fight, and he leaves. Stephanie's always going to bingo, trying to win some money. And they kind of have a tense relationship as well. But then they're driving down the street one day, Eminem and his crew, and they see Wink with the Free World crew. And so Future is always wary of Wink, saying that he's a scam artist or he's going to play both sides. And Eminem's just not really sure. And so, but he pulls over, sees them together, and just gets out on site, starts fighting them. Cheddar Bob pulls out his mom's gun. And, starts waving around. Everyone's like, whoa, it's not that serious. And then Cheddar Bob goes to put his gun away and shoots himself in the leg. And so he is injured. Minor scene, goes to the hospital. He gets out. They go back to his house the next day to cheer him up or just say hey or whatever. And he's acting like he's not there. The rest of the crew leaves. Eminem sees him peeking out of the window, goes in there and is like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just want to be made fun of, blah, blah, blah. So he's back on his feet pretty quickly. Eminem works at this car factory, and so there's another scene where they're getting food off this food truck, and this woman starts freestyle rapping, another dude jumps in. I think the dude that jumps in is played by Exhibit. But he jumps in and starts rapping against her, and then Eminem jumps in and starts rapping against him. Kind of just like a schoolyard, rap battle type of deal. And so another scene there where Alex's brother works at the plant, so she's coming by, and and sees him rapping, and he's like, let's do something this weekend. She's like, why not now? And then they bang one out in the car factory, and so they're kind of together now. And so Alex is trying to be a model or write a book or go to New York or something. Like, are they in New York? I don't know where no, it's Detroit. It's Detroit. But regardless, so the kind of next scenes is she is going to go to this news station or whatever, and Wink is going to help her with her book or something. And so Eminem drops her off, is like, do you want me to stay? And she's like, no, it's good. So he goes to some other thing, another minor scene, and then comes back later that night, and he goes up there to see what's going on, and he sees Wink is banging his girl, Alex. And so he goes in there and beats him up pretty bad, and their relationship's not going too well. And so the next day, Wink is with the Free World crew, and they roll back up on Eminem. Eminem's with Lily. He tells Lily to go inside and lock the door. And so they beat up Eminem pretty bad. They pull a gun on him, and then Wink's like, it's gone far enough, and so they let him be there. And so he's beat up pretty bad. His mom comes back, sees him all beat up, and is like, let me make you some food. And Eminem's like, what are you talking about? Like, we never have food, or you never were able to cook. And so she had won like $3,200 at bingo, so they're not getting evicted. So Greg has left at this point. He's not with Stephanie. He got the settlement check and left. And just some other minor scenes as well. But so they make some money, and Eminem is trying to record or prep some songs for this demo tape. And so you get some of the Lose Yourself original music played in the movie. Not too much. I don't think any else from his own original stuff. Maybe a couple snippets here and there. But I really thought they could focus more on his actual when his career really started taking off or had some success, as just opposed to the 1 week of battle raps. But regardless, he realizes that Future has signed him back up for this battle rap on Friday, and Papa Doc's going to be defending his title. And Eminem has it out with Future a little bit, doesn't want to do it. But then he's working at the plant. His manager calls him aside. It's like, you've been doing better. Do you want those extra shifts? And he's like, absolutely. And it's, the night of the battle rap. So from the lunch cart scene, when they're out from the lunch lady rap battle, gotta start yawning once I start doing movie reviews. But regardless, there's a minor character that's homosexual, and I think his name is Paul or something, but he was getting clowned in the battle raps, but he's staying over. His ride's late at the plant, and so Eminem sees the timing that it's about time to go on stage for the rap battle. Doesn't want to lose the shifts, and so he asks I think his name is Paul, to cover his shift, and Paul's like, yeah, I got you. So Eminem is able to sneak away from work for a couple hours to go to the final rap battles. So he goes there, he plays battles, lickety split the first time. Hypes up the crowd, pretty fun scenes. Again, I really like the ending scenes, the ending rap battles of this one. The rest of the movie just kind of dull to me, honestly. I like the history, it's gritty and real or whatever, but I would just rather see more of his career actually develop. And so he wins 1 and 2, and then the best scene of the whole movie, obviously, is the final rap battle when he, everyone in the 313, put your hands up if you follow me. And so he basically, clowns himself, talks about Cheddar Bob shooting himself, talks about Wink having sex with his girl, talks about living in a trailer, and then he clowns Papa Doc for going to a private school, and his real name is Clarence. And so the final rap battle of this movie is definitely an iconic scene. But that's really the resolution to the movie. Then he wins. He's the rap battle king now. And Future's like, hey man, why don't you host the battles, co-host with me? And he's like, nah man, that's your thing. I got to do my own thing. And Future's like, oh, okay, I understand. And then Eminem goes back to work at the factory. And so that's the resolution to the movie. I thought it could have been a lot stronger script if they focused on him actually coming up where the final scenes and him going back to work at the Ford plant or whatever. So overall, I found it definitely entertaining, and I've seen it a bunch of times. But it's free on Tubi, pumping out some more content. So thank you for watching another movie review, and I will see you on the next one.